Hello, it's Funny Little Arts, and welcome to my channel. If you've ever wondered how to find your art style, which I'm sure you have, then this is the video for you. Let's get into it. First, as an artist, your art style is going to change a lot. So it may start off with a lot of sketches, then you could change to a painting. Then learning that, you could find out that you can't do the art style that you usually have with the paints. Then you could discover digital art, like me, and realize I have every color in the world and so many brushes, I can literally do anything. But what now? You see, it's not just about finding something you like, it's also about what works for you, what materials you like to use, and what you think looks good. In this video, I will explain two things: how you can find your art style and what defines your style. First up, what you've all been waiting for: how to find your art style. Well, a lot of creators will tell you that this style that you've always wanted will just be granted upon you by the art gods. Well, most of that is not true. A tiny part is. Hold on with me here. I'm saying that as you draw, you will find yourself doing certain things differently from others. For example, maybe you draw your eyes in more of a square shape than a circular eye, or maybe you tend to use cooler colors more often than warmer ones. But there are also ways that you can influence your style. See, I'm currently working on this, so I'll show you how I'm doing it. Basically, I scrolled on Pinterest for a while and specifically added around 25 pieces of art that showed characters in a style I liked. Then I did the same thing with backgrounds and environments so I could get the full spectrum of what I wanted to influence my style. Now that I had around 50 pieces of art to reference, in order to find what I wanted my style to look like, then you're going to take a good look at each one. Try to figure out the similarities and differences. For example, a lot of the backgrounds I chose seemed to have little line art, if any at all. And when I looked at the character references, I noticed that I really only chose pictures that had a lot of the thin anime style line art. But that was also kind of confusing for me because every time I see drawings with really sketchy line art, I tend to like it too. So eventually I decided to practice with the ones that felt more natural to me. And personally, the thin line art was also a lot harder because I don't really have a steady hand, but I'll keep practicing with that. This perfectly leads me to my next point on how you can find your art style. Practice, practice, practice. But make sure you're doing it with purpose. As an idea, I took one of the art pieces that I liked off of Pinterest and decided to try and copy that style in the art you're seeing playing in the background right now. From practicing, you'll figure out what you enjoy drawing and what you don't like. Also, don't lock into one specific thing. Try out other styles. You never know which could be your favorite. I mean, a year ago, no hate by the way, but I never would have thought that I would like drawing these anime type pictures. It's just another way your art style could change throughout the years. So, find references and practice. I know it seems a bit obvious, but it's the best thing you can do. Now, what even defines your art style? Well, in short, it's the proportions, line art if you even use any, color scheme, how you render. If it's realism, cartoony, anime, it could even be the lack of those other things I mentioned before, and it could be a mix of all of them too. Really, it's what you like to draw and shows how you like to draw too. It shows if you like a lot of detail in your art or if you just have really exaggerated expressions, if you like to use neon colors or if you like to use the red subscribe button look. Subscribe. Your style is what determines what people will feel from your piece. Your personal style is also the way you simplify real things. For example, if you have a more cartoony style, then you're probably going to have a lot of line art for things, while for realism, you're probably just going to blend everything together and make areas seem different with different colors. Say if you're drawing a face, the cartoony style is going to be a lot of cell shading and probably black line art, then it would take a lot less time than per se realism, where you need to get every single proportion right and every color right. But once you do find the style that you like and practice this style, then you will be able to draw faster. Overall, find references, study them, and apply them to your art with practice. Don't be scared to exaggerate things or think that your art is going to look weird and other people won't like it, because the only thing that matters is if you like it. Well, thank you for watching Building Art Skills Episode 7. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.